Hi guys, welcome back to my weekly readings. I trust you guys had a great week last week and are gearing up for the upcoming week. Today we're going to take a little look at the energies that may affect us from the week of the 7th through the 14th of April. Today I'd like you to focus on this week on yourself, on what exactly you need to work on to help yourself become a better person and get to even know yourself, or are you on the right path in life? Have you made the proper choices? We're getting the Tower card on that idea. That means that a lot of your existing thoughts or a lot of your existing plans to move forward or ways of life, ways of thinking, they're not yet fully developed. You're not conscious enough of the right choices in life. So a lot of the plans that you have made or a lot of the ways that you think are going to have to crumble down and begin anew, start fresh, because perhaps there are some patterns that you need to break yet. There are some ideas, there are some paths that you have taken that you need to backtrack or that you need to change. You need to change the way that you think. So there's a lot of clarity that still needs to happen in our lives, and if we ask the divine for help, they'll help. Sending us new dreams, new thoughts, new opportunities that come into our lives that may set us on a different path, or that may shift the way that we actually think about things, which is something that needs to change. We also have guides that are not angelic. They're just individuals that either we've known from past lives or that have decided to stay with us because of our certain talents or certain energies that we need to develop in lives, where they were masters. So in that sense, they stick with you because they see your light, they see your potential. So they're there to give you that energy or that thought or that special addition to your talent. So sometimes, we're going through life just regular, and we may be channeling some of our guides and we don't really realize that. So you need to get familiar with them. You need to ask for either a dream or a name or a specific talent or a specific idea or something to come into your life to help you meet your guides. Through dreams you can meet them, you can see them, or perhaps you'll see the colors that they like to wear or what they actually look like, and eventually you'll get to know their specific talents. Each one of them has one, or each one of them gives you a certain push or energy to help you on your path, on your divine life mission, because that's why they're there. They're not there for any other reason. They're not there to help you, in your relationships with others. No, what they're there is to help you with your own specific talent and your own specific life path, divine life path. So you need to get to know your guides, because you could be channeling some of them during the day or at specific times of the day or in specific times of the year. And you don't know why you're acting either different, or there's some type of an energy that you feel that isn't necessarily yours, and it isn't necessarily bad. It's probably one of your guides trying to help you. If you're going to do a certain thing and you feel weird about it, or you get a picture in your mind of a person or of a culture, it could be an Indian, it could be a nun, it could be I don't know, gypsy, an Egyptian, something weird. I mean, you may see them in dreams all the time and just not know that these are your guides, and they come to you in dreams. They come to you in specific times when you are going from one level to another in the astral planes, or spiritually when you're growing. You will have tests, just like we do in a regular school, because you need to realize that life is a school. When you're here on earth, you're learning different lessons. You are sharpening your talents. You are sharpening your connection to divinity. So you're here to learn different things. And when you're dreaming, you will also be learning. Once you start to develop more, let's say your third eye, or listening a little bit better to your guides, you're going to also have tests in your dream time. So that's when your guides are going to help you. That's when they'll be there. So you'll be able to see them. When you meet people in your lives that are not necessarily good for you, you may also have a guide that'll come to you in dreams to to assist you in moving away from that energy or from that person before they pivot you too far off of your life path or your mission. They will show up. If you have a vision, or if your third eye is open, you may see them. Once you see a specific guide and you're with a certain person, you need to see if that guide shows up to you every time that you're meeting someone new, or you're starting something new, and you see that one specific guide. Because that guide could be the one that always comes to you to warn you of danger or of people that need to be removed from your life. And you may see the guide in different places, either just right in front of you or in a cloud or whatever, however it is that you see things. So you need to sharpen your senses as well. You know, your hearing, your third eye, your feelings, because that is how your guides are going to communicate with you. Now, I'm not exactly sure why they started telling me all of this before I started the reading, that I needed to touch upon that, because there may be someone out there that's trying to develop their senses and trying to develop the connection to their guides, and this is how you're going to know it. There's also a way where you can, like runes, you can make your own little rocks, you know, and just write things on them and pull from the bag when you're asking questions to your main guide, whoever that is, and then see what kind of answers you get, you know, because there's different ways of connecting with your specific guides and with your angelic guide. You just need to come up with a system that works for you, okay? Because apparently, as somebody out there, your guides are trying to communicate with you and you're not getting it. So they're coming to me telling me, hey, you need to somehow show them how to connect with us, because sometimes they're channeling us and they don't understand why they're acting in this specific way or what comes over them, because they don't realize that it's not them necessarily, that it's their energy mixing with one of their guides that's trying to help them either develop a certain talent or move away from a path that needs to be removed from your life, that needs to come down. There's something that you have built up and you feel really, really strong about, and it really doesn't have anything to do with your life path, so it's taking you off course, you know, and you need to come back to spirituality, come back to God, come back to the ways that you were before these events happened, or before the big changes in your life, before you either got divorced, left your home, left your job, whatever it was that was a big incident in your life that just came crashing down and it kind of changed you. So now it's time to work your way back. Now, I think this message is for all of us, including myself. Sometimes we go through some big changes and then it just kind of changes us completely. But we need to step back to our lives, and that's a lot of what this reading is about today. Okay, coming back to ourselves, connecting back with our guides, learning to communicate with them so that when they have a big message for you, you can get it, whether you have no, even if your third eye is closed and you can't hear, you can't see, nothing, you can't feel, you still have a way to communicate with them if you make your own pebbles or cards, or, you know, get a series of blank cards and write things on them, and then talk to your guide and pull a card, pull a rock. You know, rocks are easy because you can write on them or paint something on with a marker, with a Sharpie. You can write on. You can buy the rocks at a dollar store for $1. Get a little bag, write something on each one of them. Yes, no, maybe, tomorrow, next year, whatever it is that you might want to ask. That, yes, that's my soulmate. No, that's not my soulmate. Look for something else. Whatever it is you want to put on those rocks, and then pull a rock when you're talking to your guide. And that way you start to strengthen your connection with them. And before you know it, you'll start to see them in your dreams, because it's that easy. You just have to develop your senses. You have to develop your third eye, your intuition, your sentience, your gut feeling. You need to develop it a little bit more. Okay, so your guides can communicate with you a little easier, because they're always there. We just don't see them, but we do channel them and we don't realize that. And that's what they started to talk to me about. It's like, okay, well, we'll bring it up, but you know, it's just the way it is. Everyone's on their own life path as well. Everyone learns at a different level, and I can't push anyone, but I can open your eyes to another way of communication, to, you know, the occult, which is what we're here. All of us are here to learn. While you're listening to readings on YouTube, because you feel that somebody might tell you your next step in life. Well, your next step is to try to communicate with your guides. you know, in a sense, so that they can guide you a little bit better as well. You can always listen to readings, because readings always help you learn different things, and they're not all necessarily bad, but you know, you always have to take them with a grain of salt as well. Not everything is going to mesh with you, because of course these are general readings and each reader is different. I have my own style and I don't change it for anyone, and that's just the way it is. Everyone's different, so you'll learn something different from everyone. Thanks to listening to my channel. I appreciate you. You know, I've gone through a lot of changes in the last few years, and I'm still here. I still want to do this because I love you guys, and I love to be able to share my knowledge, and that's what they always tell me to do. You're a teacher and you have to teach. Learn so you can teach. And no matter what I'm learning, I have to teach it, whether it's good or bad. You know, I fall on my face a lot, and I have to tell you that as well when I do. And then other good parts as well. You know, the good parts are not as many, but they do come, and when they come, I'm really happy to share that with you. So get to know the energies that are around you, and when they're around you, and how to channel them or how to tap into them to help you develop your own talents, because there's always a guide that's going to be there to help you with your life mission and whatever your talents are that you're supposed to be developing in this lifetime, and it carries through to the next, you know. This lifetime we're more enlightened than we ever have been. I remember when I was a kid, when I started this, when I was 5, I mean, you know, it was taboo. It was considered an illness, a mental illness, to divine, to see angels, to, you know, it's, oh, you're sick, you're, you know, you need drugs. So it's come a long way in 50 years, and I'm really glad that it has, because none of this existed. And also the computer has pulled that together for us so that we can get our message out to more people without actually having to bring people to your home, which is the way it was done when I was growing up, to develop our connection to the divine. So in past lifetimes it was completely taboo. They killed people for it. So you know that every lifetime we have been getting closer and closer to divine energy. We have been able to develop a bit more and more, but this lifetime we're more developed than any other lifetime, and the next lifetime it'll be even more and more. So we're learning, and it's a slow process. And like I tell people when I talk to them, it's baby steps, and I mean really a baby step is all we can learn in one complete lifetime. So it takes many, many lifetimes. We have lived in many lifetimes prior to this. We have lived in every era, I believe, because from my visions and from meditation is another way to connect to your guides and to your past lives, because you'll get little snippets of it as you meditate, and then when you go to sleep, and boy, in the dreams it should follow through with what you were doing previously, and eventually you'll start to open that door to the Akashic records. Each one of us has them, and how to see our own past lives, or at least a tiny little picture of it, and write it down. Get yourself a little journal so that you can start writing down when you see a guide what they're doing, what you're doing. And then eventually you'll get to meet all your guides. You may not know their names. You can make up a name for each one of them, and then when you're talking to them, you call them by that name, and then they'll know you're talking to them. Or, can you help me? And, you know, say, okay, this is what I'm going to name you. They're always there, so it's like, it's not 1 minute you're trying to talk to a guide and they're not there with you. They're always with you, always. There's always a crowd around each one of us. We have our guides and we have our angelic guides, and sometimes we'll ask for more guides, more angels, and we do get them, you know, and they're always with us, and they help our family members as well, but you always have to ask their guides, because everyone has free will. All right, let me get off that trip and focus more on today. All right, our actions as we move through this week, at work, at home, you're going to be recognized for how well you're doing something. You're going to be recognized for your work. You're going to step up at work. Some of you, again, a promotion. I guess this year is all about moving up in the world and moving up at work, going to apply at different places and getting a better job so that you get, you know, an improvement when it comes to your finances, and then being recognized for having, you know, moved into that position so easily, for giving to the team, giving a positive energy and positive input and good work. For the good work that you do, your actions are going to be recognized and reflected back to you from the people around you. Things are going to improve as you move along. We did have a rough beginning. Now we have spring. And in spring we should purge a lot of the bad habits or negative thinking, negative patterns that we've had in the past, and try to move away from that and move forward with a clean slate. If you have to start over, if you have to move, if you have to get a different job in order to get away from negative people, start looking. Start looking, because once you open that door, or at least knock on it, somebody might open it. Somebody might tell you about a new opportunity or invite you to do something. If you're invited to do something different, I would suggest that you take it, because that is something that has been shown to me in the last several weeks. There's been some sorts of invitations or thoughts to go do something new, or people have said things to me, hey, why don't you join this? Why don't you do this? Why don't you, let's go here? And I have been neglecting to say yes, because it's going to change my path, because it's going to, you feel this. It's an energy that's going to change something. And sometimes we are afraid. We block our own divine changes because of not listening to divine guidance, which could come from a friend, a family member, or it could come from a dream. Follow the guidance. If it says something it's an opportunity to change something, or to just see something or learn something. You may hear something that makes a big, big difference in your life, and you change something about you that sets you right on course with where you should have always been. And then you do it, and that's it. So any opportunities to go somewhere, do something different, or somebody invites you to go somewhere, say yes without thinking about the consequences, because the consequences could be they could be very good for you. Okay, and then again, you might do it and say, well, nothing changed, nothing was different, but you took time off to do something else. So that in itself right there is something good, because either way, it's an experience that you should have gone through, one way or the other. It either teaches us to listen to our intuition, because we need to follow that strictly, or it teaches us something new that we had to learn, and the only way to learn it was to say yes to that particular situation, whatever the heck it is. For each one of us, it's going to be different. For me, in this coming week, is to visit the Holy Land in Orlando. And I think I'm going to take that opportunity to do it with my mom. She's been asking me, and I have not given her a clear answer, but I think that with this reading right now, with what has been channeled, I think I'm going to go. So, you know where I'll be. I think it's next weekend. I'll be in the Holy Land, learning something new, experiencing something completely different that's just probably very beautiful. And it's just a day trip that they're offering here where I live. So it's pretty cool. This place has a lot of opportunities for different things. But anyway, your actions are going to be rewarded as you move through this week. They're going to be recognized one way or the other. Those are the main cards that I have pulled. You're going to have a lot of support as you move through as well. Again, luck, something new that begins, something that you're learning. Either some of you are going back to school, you're taking a course, you're taking a class, you're learning something new when it comes to business, to work. Because there's the Pentacle and there's the Page of Pentacles. Pages always bring announcements, they bring news, they bring opportunities, or something new, something that begins small, and you learn from it. This could also represent someone younger than yourself. It could be your child, it could be a family member that comes through to offer you something new that brings you some luck, and it's support. It's support from something from the past. So it's something that you either wanted to learn, something you wanted to do in the past and you never did it. A person that comes in to offer you something new, and then they're very generous. They bring balance. It brings balance into your life. There's 2 sixes here. So 6 is all about recognition. It's about following the divine path. It's about balance, because we have another 6 here as well. So we have 3 sixes that have come out in this reading. So if anybody knows what 3 sixes in a row means, you can leave your comment down below, because as soon as I'm done with the reading, I'm looking it up. Because it probably means something specific, besides recognition or victory or following your divine life path, being very balanced, or balance that comes into your life as you move forward by following guidance. Okay, which is good. Eight of Cups, there's some departure. So yes, some of us are taking a small trip, moving from one place to another, leaving a situation behind that's not fulfilling when it comes to your emotions. So you're looking for the ninth cup, which is the cup of felicity. It's the cup of good luck, a wish that comes true. It's like the genie at the end of the bottle. You rub it and you get a wish, you know. So this is looking for that happiness when it comes to your emotional life. So moving slowly through life, taking a step, something new that happens due to following your intuition, your guidance, inspiration to do something new. So perhaps this tiny trip that I'm going to take next week is going to inspire me in a very positive way to do something different about my life, and I will share it with you. Maybe I'll be able to videotape some of that, whatever it is that I see. I'm not sure what they'll allow or disallow at that place, but either way, it'll be ingrained in my mind because I'm so in love with Jesus. Anyway, Page of Wands, another page that brings about ideas. The page also represents trips. So a lot of you may be taking trips, and this trip that you take, or this trip that you're planning on doing, is going to bring about a lot of inspiration, a lot of new ideas. You're going to be in a happier place. Then there'll be other people that are set in place to help you balance that energy and help you bring it to fruition. There's going to be a generous person. There's going to be plenty of support, emotionally, physically, financially. So these new ideas that are going to come about due to your inspired energy, you're connecting with your guides, which are going to propel you forward. It's going to bring about a lot of good stuff, guys. So I would have to say, follow your intuition, follow your lessons that you're learning, the guidance that's coming through. Sometimes the Tower card is a very destructive card to some. They feel it's very negative, but I feel, I've said it before, is a positive card because it's enlightenment that comes straight from the divine. It doesn't get muffled or given to you by anyone else. It's divinity that comes and strikes you. An idea, an inspiration, something that just, it's like an aha moment, a divine moment. It's 11:11. I look up right now, 11:11 on my clock. So it's divine. It's something that happens due to divinity that comes through and really changes us and moves us. It pivots us more to our divine life path. I don't think that's a bad thing. Alright, let's see what the week's going to be like. That's just icing on the cake, I guess. Things are happening beyond our week, okay? Or during the week. You know, victory, clarity, cutting through the bullshit and moving forward through what really means something in your life, which is, you know, it's not always about money and work and position at work or how other people see you. It's more how divine spirit sees you, how you see divinity, you know. Okay, let's see what these cards are like. Cutting through, seeing things more clearly, being more triumphant in your choices and the way that you're looking at life, having visions of how hard you've worked up to now, what you've built up in your life, and how you can move forward, what you need to do in order to move forward. And then here is this card that just wipes the slate clean and you begin new. A transformation that happens due to all this clarity that we're getting, the visions. I'm telling you, this is all connected. I guess for some of you that follow me, you can see this because I get my initial channeling and then everything just kind of follows through with it. There needs to be a big change in our lives from the bottom up. Everything needs to kind of change and go, you know, in a different flow, a different mindset. There's something that you need to cut out of your life so that the new can begin. And usually death always regenerates new birth in whatever area of our lives, whether it's romantic, financially, physically, spiritually. We need to change some things. So you're going to be looking at the work that you've done up to now. Something new is coming, new ideas, new inspiration, new visions, and you're going to be very victorious if you follow the guidance. The changes that need to come in, they must be done one way or the other, because sometimes if you are being asked by the divine to do a change and you resist, then they bring it about anyway. And then it's kind of like this, the loss. You feel the loss because it will happen. So some things will need to be, you know, taken out of your life in order for you to make these changes that are very important as you move forward. And keep in mind that this reading, because most of it is channeled and because some of it just is going to be in the future, is not happening tomorrow, okay? This is like future. I'm trying to pull the tomorrow card or this week, and that is not it. Some changes may come about. Some of you might lose your job or move from one position to another, or big changes happen at work and or in your life, you know. Big changes that happen, and after that you will get your inspiration, your clarity, your ideas that come in for your changes that you need to make in order to continue to survive. I drop all these cards, that means the shit is over. That's not what I want to know. Okay, the two that dropped. Let's see what happens. It was 3 that dropped. And they whacked me on the head just to get me to shut up. Queen of Wands, 2 of Wands, and the World. So, fiery energy. Inspiration, again. So, this is like, I don't need to look for no more cards because they're not going to give me anything except whack me in the head. Inspiration that comes from the Queen of Wands. So, fire energy, enacting more of your dreams, of your inspiration, and moving forward with it. You're going to have 2 paths that open up, or 2 ideas, or 2 inspirations that come in. You need to at least follow through with one of them. This is also a card of travel, of world travel. Maybe some of you are going to start working for a traveling agency or start traveling more than you have. This is also a card that represents huge cycles in our lives that end so that new cycles can actually begin. This is a pretty card, isn't it? Look at the beautiful colors in this card. Very attractive. So the Queen of Wands inspires new energy into your lives. And more than one path could open up due to these inspirations and following your guidance. Your guides are like, look, this is what we can bring to you. You have more than one opportunity to change. Take one and go with it. Fly with it. Travel. Get out, meet new people, do new things so that you can actually get this new idea or get this inspiration or have the vision that you're going to have due to this little, either a little trip or a little vacation that you take, or just getting away from the everyday and opening your mind or your heart to new ideas to come in, because it's necessary sometimes. So let's see what the angels want to tell us. Okay. Alright, okay. Check it out. You saw the cards fly out. I hardly had a chance to shuffle. New beginnings. Dealing with your demons and your ego and just walking over it, because you can't allow fear to stop you from changing the things that you know you need to change in your life. Thank you, angels, for opening up the doors to change. I am ready. You're ready to shine your light. You're ready to be more of an angel to others, more helpful to other people. Be more someone that can help balance the lives of others and show them generosity and love, as opposed to the other end of the coin, which is very dark and very selfish and not good. And you need to get away from people that are very dark and selfish. Okay, spiritual abundance that's coming our way. The entire reading has been about this. About spirituality and connecting to your guides and to divine energy, which is your angels as well. And we're always connected to divine energy. It brings us a lot of visions from our past, what we're going to do in the future. We just need to be more clear about it, you know. Know when you're getting a message from divinity and when it's not, when it's from your ego. That's learning to separate one from the other, and it's very hard, and I think I've talked about that before in other readings, because it is hard. But you need to step over that and know that you are a divine being inside of a body. You're still connected to divinity. We're never disconnected. And when we pass away, we go straight to them. It's not, you know, there is no in-between time where you're lingering around going, oh my God, I'm lost. You're not lost. You're with them. Spiritual abundance. Thank you, angels, for blessing me with infinite abundance. And abundance, each of you see abundance as a different thing. I mean, a different energy that comes to you. It can either be more finances, more romance, more spirituality. And this is a spiritual abundance. Okay. So being more abundant in your spiritual life, you're opening your eyes more to spirituality, more balance in our lives as well, due to the fact that we are feeding all areas of our lives, financially, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. There's just so much I had on the table, and then everything changed. This is important. In order to be able to meditate, you need to have quiet time. In order to connect with your guides, they're telling you need to shut your brain off. You need to get away from people. You need to step away, be alone, and be quiet. All that noise, the TV, the radio, the people talking, everywhere we go, it's full of people and talk and conversation and noise. In order to connect with your guides, you cannot be in that environment. You have to be quiet. You have to shut off your mind. That's when we get our messages from our divine guidance, our guides, angels, divinity. It comes when we're in our quiet time or when we're asleep. But sleeping, sometimes as soon as we open our eyes to the alarm, it already throws you off from your whatever you were dreaming. Unless it was super scary, you're not going to remember. And when they're super scary, they're warning you of something. You need to write that shit down and figure out what it is. Because the warning dreams you don't want to just disregard, because eventually that shit's going to hit the fan. But other dreams, when they're past life memories or seeing your guides, that you will forget unless you either wake up in the middle of the night without the alarm and just write down the hell what you saw, or remember it. Sometimes the guides are ingrained in your mind when you see them, because sometimes they look different. It could be like an African or a nun, or, like I said before, it'll be something that's out of the ordinary for you now. Because these come from other lifetimes, other eras, and they just stay with you forever. Turn off the noise. Silence nourishes the body, mind, and the spirit. It's how you get your guidance or your messages when you're in the awake time. Okay, so that's important. Okay. Surrendering to trust. Trusting the guidance that we receive is something else that's important, because sometimes we can meditate, get visions, get guidance, know exactly what we need to do, and we don't trust the changes. We think, oh no, we can't do that. That's not going to be helpful. I can't do that. I can't leave this place. I can't, we tell ourselves why we can't do all of these things when we should, because it's our life path. It's not a choice that we made to make someone else happy or because we thought it was the right path. We think, we don't know for sure. Divine energy is what guides us down the right path. It's either way. Sometimes we make choices that veer us off our path. Eventually we get there, but it takes a longer time when we follow our ego mind. We're doing something either for money or for more support or for more whatever it is. That's not the right path. And eventually we need to trust that the guidance that we're getting is real. It's what we need to be doing, and we need to start making the changes. At the very least, start taking baby steps to make the changes, to make us happy later on. Trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinion about what to do. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path, and trust that the messages that you're getting are the right way for you. For some of you, there's a wedding involved. There's marriage involved. You guys are going to be invited to a wedding. Go, because something new or something beautiful is going to be shown to you there. Maybe that's where you'll get your inspiration. For those of you that are in a relationship, there's a wedding coming. So get ready. Get ready for them to either pop the question or say, hey, it's time to, let's go do it. Yeah, your relationship is ascending to a new level. There's a lot of family healing issues that need to come about. Once you work on your family issues, on healing with your children, healing with your parents. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So there are some things that you need to heal from the past in order for you to proceed in your romantic life. Some of you may not even have anyone in your romantic life, but once your family issues are healed and you work through them and you start moving forward and following your guidance, there is someone that's coming into your life that's going to be very very grounded, very traditional. And it'll be someone that eventually you do marry, or someone that you'll find a life path with this person. It'll be someone that'll be with you for a long time. It's not going to be like a short-lived little romance. It's someone that you're going to meet as you move forward, as you're working on forgiving parents, forgiving issues from your past, from your childhood. Then someone very dedicated comes into your life. If you are already in a relationship, your relationship is going to ascend to a more committed, more loving, more together. You're going to be doing things together more than you have in the past because you're growing together. Your bond deepens, okay? Alright, guys. I'm going to do an interactive part with you all, just because I have all these cards out on the table. So let's get with it. ABC, okay? See what energies you need to work on. No, I'm not putting the romance cards out. That's for us. Let me try again. Surrender procrastination. Now is the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success, so it's time to get working on your talents or on the things that you want to achieve. There's a lot of steps to take. Therefore, you need to start now, because to reach the end is going to take a little while. So no more procrastination. You're not being allowed to do that anymore. Surrender to your full power. Your life is calling you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. So no more following or waiting for someone else to make your decisions. It's time to be strong. Make your own decisions. Again, this is fire energy. This is Leo people that come into your life, or just fire energy that you need to embody that inspiration, that fire energy that moves you forward. And you're a leader, not a follower. So remember that. No more following others or letting others tell you what to do or push your buttons. No, you're there to lead them. So keep that in mind. Maybe stepping into a leadership role at work as well. You know, instead of just playing it small and letting everything just go on the way that it goes. No, why should you? You're supposed to lead, not follow. Okay. Okay. A. Peace. When we balance silence with activity, we discover true peace of mind, the source of all joy and happiness. So being quiet, spending quiet time alone will help bring some more peace into your lives. You're finding it hard to have time to relax or be peaceful. Maybe there's a lot of people around you, a lot of activity, like I was saying before, and it's time to kind of break away from that. Spend some time by yourself, maybe a massage or something to relax your muscles, relax yourself, and you will find that your inspiration will come due to this new peace that you have found, or maybe a place that you start to go to where you find peace and spend time there. It's time to relax yourself. You need to balance certain areas of your life that are out of balance. So by finding this peace, or activities perhaps that bring peace, let's say you start painting or sewing or reading or writing, things that you can do by yourself that help you relax and bring peace to your life will bring more balance in your life as well. Will help you balance the areas that are completely out of balance at this time, because you haven't found time to relax, to release, to work on your talents. Thank you, angels, for bringing my life into balance. So they're trying to help you, okay? Surrender your fear of intimacy as well. There may be times when you're afraid. Either you feel that you're getting older, you're either too heavy or too skinny or whatever it is. For all of us, it's different. So you have fear of intimacy with others. Maybe you've spent many years by yourself and you don't want a relationship now or be in a relationship because you're afraid to be intimate with them or for the touch of another person. You need to get over that because we're not meant to be alone, or we're also meant to have a lot of interaction with other people because of being in flesh. That's why we incarnate, so that we can experience these things. So you need to get over that fear. Just baby steps will help. You're ready to let love in. Compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart to other people and to being intimate with others. For those of you that chose B, spiritual animals. Sorry, I had to take a minute. Thank you, Animal Kingdom, for blessing my path with love. You have a totem, animals that are on the other side that come closer to you in order to either share their energy with you. Perhaps you have an animal that has passed away. They just want to show you that they're right next to you. And I need to get some water. When my guides get too close, then they take energy from me. Just a second. Let me go get some water. I'm not going to be able to continue. Alright guys, I'm back. I had to take a minute. So either you guys have an animal that has passed, that's very close to you and sending you love. The angels could also be bringing ideas into your mind, either to work with animals, adopt an animal, stop eating meat, because that's important as well. That helps you connect to your spirit world and to the animal totems that you may have. You may also dream with these animals and wonder, why is that animal in my life? Or why do I dream always with a hawk or with an eagle or whatever, a lizard? These are part of your animal totems, and you need to read up on them and get closer to their energy, because they do assist us in life. Angels could be sending you messages through your animals as well. So if you have pets at home, hug them, spend more time with them, because their loving energy also channels angelic energy. So if you've been thinking about adopting a pet, it's time to do so, because there's a pet out there that's calling for your energy. We do have pets that come with us from other lifetimes. If you've had certain situations in your life recently that have really hurt you, you need to let go of resentments. These could also go all the way back to your childhood. So you need to let go of this, because it is holding you back, okay? Holding on to resentments only poison you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward toward positive situations in your life. Not everyone grows at the same pace, and you cannot force someone else to believe what you believe or to grow along with you. It doesn't happen. So you need to help them either see that you are on a different path, and they need to allow you to continue to grow without their constant either negative energy or negative input or trying to hold you back. You need to surrender any type of resentment that you may have from past hurts, or the fact that they're not growing along with you, or that they're not growing at all, and you cannot help that. So you need to, whatever it is that's hurt you, whatever this resentment is that you're holding back from other people, you need to let it go. That way you can actually start to grow. Sorry, I got a message from this spirit animal. If you have animals, you need to hang on to them, because they can only live so long. We outlive them usually. So spend some time with your animal if you have, because some of them may be saying goodbye, and then a new one is going to step in at some point. So be aware of that as well. There's a direction also. Look for clues. Grace will lead us to the exact event and the experiences we need, and precisely at the right time. So we need to follow, again, divine energy or any messages that may come to help us move forward, and the direction that's coming is going to perhaps be a little bit different than what you have thought of. So try to follow the doors that actually open for us. If you're trying to knock on a door and it doesn't open, there's another direction you need to take. So try to go with the flow, okay? And remember, If you see an animal and try to read if there's any messages or anything around that, because they could be pointing. There could be a picture of a dog, and underneath there could be a certain, I don't know, a clue to where you need to go next, or a picture of a cat, whatever it is that you like, whatever your animals are. Somehow your totem animals are trying to guide you in a certain direction, and you need to release resentment, because that's going to block it. Any type of resentment or anger issues or any negative thought patterns that you may have, you need to let go of that for this moment and try to figure out what direction your life path is going in, and what direction your totem animals are trying to guide you in, okay? For those of you that chose C, honor your feelings. Thank you, Haniel, for supporting me as I honor my emotions. It's very, very important at this time that you listen to your gut feeling. If there's something that you really, really want to do, try following that direction. Baby steps. If someone is trying to talk you into doing something that you don't want to do, there's usually a reason why not. So honor your feelings as you move forward. You know, not to get caught up in something later on that's going to be detrimental to you because you didn't listen to your gut feeling saying, no, don't go that way, go this way. Yes, go ahead and do that. Don't say no, because you're going to miss out on something. If you feel you need to go to the doctor, no, you need to do something, then it's time to do it. It's time to honor your feelings when it comes to your health, as well as work or physical experiences with others, romance. Honor that, because your higher self can also bring messages to you, and you need to listen to that. Surrender, non-action. Again, this is the second time we've gotten the card. Before it was procrastination. This is non-action. Now is the time to be still and not act. Oh, surrender to non-action. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. Let others come to you. So honor your feelings about a certain person. This is telling you to surrender to not doing something at this time when it comes to, I guess, romantic relationships or work relationships. Something that is coming and you felt like you want to talk to someone about a certain issue or a certain situation. Now is not the time to do it. So it's time to relax. Listen to your feelings and not take action on something that you have been thinking about taking action on. Your case is different from the rest of the reading, where it's saying don't procrastinate, don't wait. You're being told to surrender to not having any actions at this time, or something that you were going to change, a place you were going to go, or something you were going to do. Don't do it. Wait till whatever it is that we're going to change, or whoever you're going to talk to about a certain thing. This could be romantic. Okay, wait. Let others come to you. So don't take that first step or be too fiery about it. In your case, you're being told to wait and be strong, because you do have an angel that brings strength into your life. So you're going through something that's very difficult at this moment in your life. Be strong. Your angels are still with you. Surrender to non-action at this time. Don't do exactly what you were thinking about doing, let's say within the next 7 days. Because it's supposed to be a weekly reading, but they usually turn out to be a little bit longer. Be courageous. The unmistakable touch of grace will follow us wherever we go. So surrender to non-action. Learn to listen to your gut feeling and be strong about it. And remember that your angelic guide is right behind you. This week, don't take action on the things that you were going to. It doesn't mean you're not going to later. But for this week, wait for others to come to you to make that decision or to help you. Or perhaps there's something new that opens up. And if you take action on it right now, it won't happen the way that it should, because you took action too soon. You didn't wait for them to come to you with their ideas or whatever the choices may be at this time. Better for you if you would have waited than if you took action right now, whatever it is you're going to do. Alright guys, if you guys would like a private reading with me, check out the list of my readings on my blog, risestarot.blogspot.com. I'll have it written down below in the About Me section. Or you can contact me via my email, riseshealingarts11@gmail.com, and I will respond to you depending on what you need. And have a blessed week, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.